Hey everyone. I wanted to start kind of a new program called This Week in Goldmaking, so welcome to the first episode. This has actually been a really good week, close to a little over 2 million in sales. Sorry, in profit actually. Most of that has come from Legendaries. Uh, so you can kind of see here I sold quite a bit here and there. A lot of the legendaries I've been selling, so I've been buying. What happens is you have these new gold makers or people that are getting into the legendary market, and what they do, instead of posting one of their items at a time, this is mainly with the rank ones or rank 1, 2, or 3s. Instead of posting just one and waiting for that to get bought out, they post all 15 of them. Well, they end up what happens is other people like me just post one and undercut them, so theirs never sells, and they get frustrated, and then they just post all 15 of them, or maybe they post all 15 at the very start, and they'll post them at a really low price. So they they it just they get frustrated with it and stuff. So I see that with a lot of new gold makers, is that they post lots of stuff expecting it to sell, and then their bags fill up with all their items. They don't have enough, so then it's like, well, hey, if I cut the price really a whole lot, then this stuff's going to fly off the shelf. Well, it does fly off the shelf because eventually what happens is I I come in and I buy it all. So let's look at what all I've bought. I think Umbrahide has uh, been pretty good. So I mean, I've bought quite a few Umbrahide stuff. Most of this is probably 190s and stuff. But then I've gone around and resold it. So a lot of my a lot of my rank 1 through 3s Umbrahide stuff, or sorry, legendary stuff, is resales. So buy for 100. Um, I'd have to look at the next look at the revenue to see if I actually sold some of these, but I'm pretty sure I have sold them. I mean, you can see here the 190s. I bought 47, and I only have 23 left, or 24 if you count my other character. But so one thing when you approach gold making is you want to have patience. You want to maybe post one thing at a time, or just come at it from a point of view that, hey, you're providing a service for other people on your realm, and hopefully they're going to be giving you a good convenience fee for you posting your items. And you also want to make your goal is to make gold. But anyway, um, let's see what else. Let's see. I think I had sold a. Um, let's go back to the revenue here. I sold a world spinner finally. I think so. What was weird about this is um, there's quite a bit of competition here. Maybe about 3 or 4 other people are selling it. And one issue with this is, since it's unique, you can only keep one in your bags at a time. So I just basically have them all floating in the mailbox, and then when I actually post one, then I'll I'll be able to pick up the next one from the mailbox and have one in my bags, so in case I get undercut again. So anyway, I finally sold it. I think when they first started, they were about 140,000 gold on my auction house. So I was getting a little frustrated with that. That it's like, well, the price isn't coming down at all, and either I'm going to be the thing is, even at like 120,000, it's still, I'm making quite a bit of gold. What is that? Like 40, like it says 47,000, 45,000 if I sell it at 120. So one thing I did on that one, I think some of y'all know I have like a decay function, uh, but I actually made something quite a bit simpler, and really all it is just you take the number of expires, divide it by uh, like a variable. So you could divide it by 100, and that would be like 1%. So every time it expires, the price gets dropped by 1%. So, well, like with 200, it's going to be a half a percent. And then the other idea here is that once it sells, the 1.2 is going to actually bump it up quite a bit more than, uh, 20% more than what the price would have bounced back to. So anyway, that's one thing, very simple decay function you can add to some of your operations if you choose to. So, and then the idea behind this is that your price oscillates high. It starts off high and comes down to a price to where it sells, and then it'll jump back up to a higher price, but maybe not as high as when you first started. So instead of 140,000, now it's up to 122, I think is what I saw there. So so hopefully we'll get some more sales of these, and actually get them moving instead of me and three other guys trying to fight over trying to sell one for 140,000. Maybe we can actually get some to sell, get quite a few more to sell at 120,000, and then pretty soon we can just be cranking these out, and everybody can have one. So, um, so I guess one thing to think about is, okay. So another thing I was thinking about, now that I think about it, haha, um, is I've been noticing some of these. I think what the thing is price does matter. So when a lot of people are planning on recrafting their legendaries. So some people are just going to be like, okay, well, hey, I need Greaves, so I'm just going to buy Greaves. But if they have a choice between, let's say, Greaves and a ring, or Greaves and a waist or something like that. Well, um, let's look at it this way. So maybe they have a choice between gauntlets and boots. So they, a lot of people don't have a ton of gold. So they may look at this and say, well, if I go with gauntlets, that'll actually be a lot cheaper for me. I saved 2,000 gold, so they might go with gauntlets. So there are interactions between these two numbers. So if you have something like here, arm guards are 56,000, and you have a choice between arm guards and Greaves, then you're probably going to go with Greaves, especially looking at this last one that you can upgrade to. Likewise, people might be like, look at one thing you could do too is look at the lower numbers too. So there's some interaction here. So maybe, hey, I want to get people to, I want as many people to buy my arm guards as possible. So one thing you could do is set the price of the arm guards down here pretty low, so you can get them to make their first legendary with their arm guards, and then they're kind of screwed, because now, hey, they've invested some gold in arm guards, and now they're going to have to buy from you for this. So that's that is some interaction that the different ranks are going to have with the higher ranks. So I think price does matter. So I guess you got to keep that in mind, and maybe post in the comments your thoughts on it. It's like, hey, it's gold. Gold is gold. It's just who cares about it? So it's for playing the game. And which tells me I need to probably make some arm guards here. Um, um, so anyway, I guess I've kind of gone pretty long here. Probably haven't really given you a lot of information. What I normally do, um, but I think there's a couple of takeaways that I want you to get from what I've talked about earlier. Is one is you want to be patient. You want to be consistent. So if you consistently post, and after you've made sales, you recraft, and then you just keep posting, consistently, and then be patient with it. Then you're going to get the sales, and eventually things will start chugging along. You'll get some gold coming in quite regularly, and then just see how things are going. And there's experience really helps. When you've done this a long time, experience really definitely pays off. You kind of get a better feel for the market, how things are supposed to go. Excuse me. So anyway, this probably hasn't been real great helpful for you, but I hopefully you've gotten some insight. And if you have any questions or any suggestions on videos you want me to do, please post in the comments. All right, y'all take care. Have a good weekend.